Interior Chinatown is out on Hulu now. All the episodes have dropped. I think I'm about halfway through the season right now. And it is such a good show that it leaves you questioning, is it real life for Wu? Is he living a real life or is it a TV show combined? It's something I haven't seen in a long time on television. What has it been like to be a part of the show now that you could talk about it?
Well, I mean, what there are two different journeys.
Mhm.
One is while we were shooting it. While we were shooting it, it was always, I wonder if that's gonna work. You know,
Yeah.
because we don't know, we don't see
Mhm.
what they're doing in terms of the aspect ratio and what they're doing and the lighting, because sometimes it's really difficult to tell on set.
Mhm.
So I'm saying, I wonder if they're gonna know if this is the fantasy world, if this is on TV, and this is the real world, and so that was always been a question. I mean, now that I've seen the show, I said, okay, all right, you all worked it out, and I think it plays. I think you do get a sense, and I think also the show traverses in the gray area.
Mhm.
So it's not black and white, right? So it's all these shades of gray. So it crosses over and it bleeds over. And I think that's where the power is and the interesting part of the show that I personally, as an audience member, I always try to do that. I try to watch a show as an audience member, and then I watch a show as the person who worked on the show. So I try to see it through the audience's eyes, and I feel that it is something that the audience will find it intriguing to follow,
Mhm.
And obviously, Willis is the tour guide,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? So he basically guides you through, this world, that we live in, right? So yeah, that's the difference. I mean, really, there are two different parts of the journey.
Yeah. And you play
Anyway,
John Woo, Jimmy Yang's Willis Wu's father. What is
yeah.
it developing the character? Because it's a very fascinating character, especially on
Mm.
the through the eyes of Willis. What was it like to develop to develop that character and really be working on that father-son relationship with him?
Well, it's beyond father-son relationship. It's about being a father to two sons,
Mhm.
also being the husband. You have a wife, you have a spouse, right? You are also the leader, one of the leaders in the community.
Mhm.
So you have obligations
Mhm.
in many fronts. So he's doing some heavy lifting here. So you cannot look at it as a singular, thing. You have to look at it and say he's a human being, right? So we have flaws. We're not perfect. The whole point is that do we recognize it and how do we try to make amends?
Mhm.
How to become a better human being, become a better community leader, being a better dad, being a better husband. That's Joe Wu's journey.
Mhm.
That's his journey. He goes from being the star because he's Sifu, so he's the master.
Mhm.
So everybody knows him, and somehow he has that tendency
Mhm.
to take over the room,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
And to the delight of a lot of people, except probably where should have been center stage was his wife.
Mhm.
And really you can see Joe's journey throughout the show as he progresses. Which is rarely seen between a couple of Chinese descent. He actually goes to apologizes.
Mhm.
Rarely happens,
Mhm.
you know, in any culture really. I mean, it's such a male dominant, you know, culture around the globe that he found the room to go and say, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and then on the other side, the wife forgives him. That's also not that common,
Yeah.
right? That she saw it through. She
Mm-hmm.
saw it through. And she also recognizes what she did and felt that the person she could go to for guidance was her life partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, say, I think I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what he did was he said, you know what? We'll find a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what family's about. We'll find a way
Yeah.
to get out of the quagmire, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So that comes to us as a it's like every one of us, every character has a journey in the show and has something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like a complex show, you like a show where you get to you discover along the way with your characters, this is your show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and if it's a show that you just want to sit back and just like give it all to me, give it all to me, then this may not be your show.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
And that's the one thing do want to touch upon what you mentioned during your answer is the fact that you don't see shows like this that much. A lot of shows that really deal with change and different characters and characters of ethnicity and of color are mostly on streaming right now. We really don't see that on broadcast stations, but everything that has been coming out on streaming has been at a high level, high quality, great stories. And what has it been like to be a part of a show where 20 years ago you probably wouldn't see something like this, but now you're seeing that?
Well, we know that these things takes time.
Mhm.
We also know that it's a process, right? You know your birth, you learn to crawl,
Mhm.
right? Then
Yeah.
you try to get off the ground,
Mhm.
try to fight gravity.
Yeah.
Come on, it's not something that's it's not every day a miracle.
Mhm.
The miracle is in the process itself.
Mhm.
It's not like, oh wow, boom, you know, he's an adult.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Mhm.
So really, you have to be patient. You know, a lot of times, particularly in the Hollywood environment where there are much to work out, as you know,
Mhm.
through the years. You know, particularly for actors of color,
Mhm.
for creators of color. You
Mhm.
know, we had to do a lot of fighting. We had to really, you know, sometimes it has to be forceful. Sometimes, you know, we try to play within the system, right? And hence you have a character who's, okay, I accept to be Chinese teenager number one.
Mhm.
You're playing within the system, right? But you can also say, no, I don't want to be Asian teenager number one.
Mhm.
I want to be something more because you know, all of those things are by choices, right? And every choice contributes to something, right? And you don't know when it is that is a life-defining moment until it's after the fact.
Right.
So these are the intriguing things about life.
Mhm.
So to me, it's a journey. So yes, we got to this point, and there are a lot of great things coming out, and there'll be a lot more
Yep.
because now, you know, hopefully we're not Michael Jackson doing moonwalking.
Mhm.
You know, where basically we're staying in place or going backwards.
Right.
You know, that we're actually making progress.
Mhm.
So partially it's an illusion that we are. You know, it's that two-step, you know, one step forward, two-step back tangle, right? Hopefully we got out of that,
Mhm.
right? Hopefully this is a tangle that we're moving forward, right? So and everybody contributes, everybody. And the world today is different from the world we came from, right? You know, with things are so fast,
Mhm.
you know, social media, you know, all of these kind of senses come, you know, really, you know, just coming into your all your senses, you know, is something that we have to start to deal with,
Mhm.
right? If we don't, we get left behind,
Yeah.
you know, and then you get in trouble because you don't know how to deal with today's present day world, right? So you have to keep your eyes and ears open and say, okay, where we are, what's changed, right? How do we live in this world,
Mhm.
right? And I think in the show, you see that. You see, wait a second, I can't get in this door.
Hmm.
There's no way. Every
Yeah.
time I try, it's like pie in the face. What's
Hmm.
up?
Hmm.
Right? Found a way.
Yeah.
Found a way.
Hmm.
You know? So you have all of these nuances that kind of it's really a show where it's very inclusive.
Hmm.
Although the AAPI, is a centerpiece,
Hmm.
but it goes way beyond that. It kind of, whatever, this boundary that we have that we see, we break it.
Hmm.
We go outside of it. And so this is hopefully, you know, all of this will continue to progress, continue to 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 give the audiences something unique,
Hmm.
right? Where they find refreshing, where they find new, where they find, yes, we want more. We want more of this. This is fun. This is great stuff, because you never know what audiences will take to.
Right.
So all you can do is tell your stories,
Hmm.
you know, and you just want to see that what you did resonate with the audience out there somewhere. So
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Ty, that was my time. Thank you so much for
my pleasure.
talking with us. Always love talking with you. We've seen you so much on the red carpets. It's great to just have a one-on-one now. Hopefully we could do this again for Interior China season 2, hopefully. Is there
Your lips to God's ears, my
Well, I
brother.
want to see more of the story. I want to see what's next. What's gonna happen next? So
Me too. Me too. I can't wait. I'm saying, wait a second. I want to know more. I want to know more about, how he tells Detective Lanner about this whole myth,
mhm.
where it came from.
Yeah.
And I want to see how that progresses,
Mhm.
where Joe's going like, well, you see, remember that story we talked about? Remember we stood in front of the mural and said, these are the characters, and I want to know what she got out of it,
Mhm. Yeah.
so just a whole bunch of stuff, and how, Willis and Dad going to the next step,
Mhm.
maybe, he'll come out and still be the Kung Fu guy. Who knows?
Who knows?
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's a different take in
Mhm.
terms of who the Kung Fu guy is today.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think Taika has some pull. So I think it has a pull
Yeah.
now. So
Uh-huh.
I think there's a very, very good chance of a season 2. But thank you so much for stopping.
Yay.
Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Nice to chat with you, Michael.